Do you love open world games as much as we do? If so, stay tuned. Here's a list of the top 5 best open world games to play right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Rain Show. My name is Rain, and I'm here with my buddy, Drake Nightshade. Say hi, Drake.
Hello, what up?
And today we are going to talk about the 5 best open world games that you can play right now according to GamesRadar. Now, does that sound fun? Does that sound fun, Drake?
Sounds great, man. I'm interested in this.
Alright. According to GamesRadar, they have a list of 25 different open world games that they listed best. We're not going to go through all 25. We're just going to go through the top 5. And then we're going to talk about whether or not we agree. So I'll start it off. Coming in at number 5, we have Red Dead Redemption. This game is available on PlayStation Now, Xbox One, and you get about 47 hours of play. Now, the Wild West is on its last legs, and you're there to see its final steps. According to GamesRadar, this game is a swan song for the dying age of cowboys, outlaws, and frontier towns, which will become all too clear when you're galloping through its scrubland as former outlaw John Marston, pondering whether you can ever retire from a life of crime. Prepare to feel like a tiny speck in Rockstar's massive world, thanks to breathtaking scenery and the vast open spaces. But feeling lost in the colossal scale of the game is the whole point of Red Dead Redemption. Its sparse surroundings prove just how hard it is to survive in the inhospitable land. The quest will force you into all the map's nooks and crannies, and its characters, especially John Marston, are so well written that they won't budge from your memory. Get some handkerchiefs ready. Don't say I didn't warn you. Alright, what do you think about this? Have you ever played or have you ever seen gameplay of Red Dead Redemption?
Well, I have played it both offline and online, and I'd have to say, yeah, I agree. It's really nice. It's really nice. It's really nice. Open world wise, I really liked how the train just kept going everywhere. Like you could ride the train. You could ride the train on the top if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I guess one of my favorite things about it was this one was it was only available in offline play, was the rope. You could tie up certain people, and you could drag them if you wanted to, but I can understand why they didn't want it for online play.
Oh, okay, so you couldn't use the rope online?
Nope.
Huh. It'd be kind of cool if you could, though.
Yeah, but I can see why they kind of did, though, because if you could tie up other players, then you could leave them tie it up. So I don't know if there was a system for that.
How was the single player? Have you played the single player or seen it?
No, I've seen this. I played the story mode. I thought it was a pretty nice story.
Yeah. You think the game itself is worth it just for the story?
Well, that would depend on what people want to see in the story, because it has its tragedies as well as its victories. Because you're playing as John Marston, like it said, a former outlaw, now working for the FBI. Spoiler alert, by the way, my bad.
Thanks for ruining it.
This game's been out since what, like freaking 20?
Yeah. If you haven't played it by now, you're living under a rock.
Seriously, man, I'm like, it's been out for like God knows how long.
All right.
No, but
huh?
Yeah. Oh no. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say, how was the online gameplay? Was it cool?
Well, it would depend, because I bought the complete pack when it came out on sale along with the Undead pack.
Right.
So you could play Undead Redemption.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the whole deal package, but some of them I didn't get. Some of the skins, you could choose your own skin. You can't customize it though, so it was set characters in the game, set character models.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like it would have been a little bit better if this one had online customization options, like, because it was a Rockstar game, and GTA all that. You could create custom characters. Well, when I was playing, GTA 5 was released for Xbox 360 by then,
Oh.
or a little bit before, if I remember correctly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just kind of wish there was a little bit more of a customize your own character option in the online world.
Right.
But as for the online play, it's kind of varies because you kind of find yourselves in lobbies where people have a little bit better guns than you, and they really don't leave you alone as much.
Uh-huh. All right.
So you get
Well,
those, yeah, you get those people who just see you, a noob enter the battlefield, and all of a sudden you just get shot in the head or something.
yeah, that always sucks. All right. So that's number 5. You want to take number 4?
Yeah, sure, but thing, buddy. Give me a second. Coming in at number 4, all-time favorite for a lot of people so far, was Grand Theft Auto 5. Available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Hours of play, 77.5 hours. Come on, GTA 5 was always going to be in the top 3 best open world games. You know it, I know it. It is the most successful entertainment product of all time, for Christ's sake. Driving through the winding streets, taking advantage of certain adult clubs, skydiving, stabbing sharks with knives, tracking a serial killer, running from the police, or fighting them if you're thirsting for that 5-star wanted rating, going full Trevor, causing much chaos as possible, and I do really need to carry on listing all the stuff you can do. Grand Theft Auto is a web of criminal exploits and mind-boggling potential, with every single inch of the world filled with NPCs to manipulate, missions to hunt down, or just colossal heights of shenanigans to engage in. It'll swallow you whole, spit you out, and have you itching for more.
Interesting.
I don't know what.
Well, I have played GTA 5, and I always watch funny videos about GTA 5, and I personally do enjoy playing it. It has its moments where I'm like, I've done everything for it, you know. Like, I know the last time I've been playing it, me and Lauren, we have a motorcycle club. He has a nightclub. I have 3 businesses. I have like the weed business, the cocaine business, the what's the last one? The document forging. So I have those businesses, but like running around and like collecting them, doing missions for them, selling them, it just gets really repetitive. So it does have its moments where I'm like, I don't really. I do like to grind. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm more of a grinder than I am messing around with people's enjoyment of the game. But there's only so much I can do before I get tired. So I'm always looking for the new like releases, the new updates, the new DLCs that they release for GTA 5, because when those come out, I'm always hopping back in and I'm playing it for like another straight month, maybe, depending on if it's worth it or not. So the single player I know is amazing. I love the single player. I always love Rockstar's single player modes because a lot of them have really great story plots. This one's pretty good. Not the best I've seen, but it's up there. And then the online gameplay obviously is also very fun. Very annoying sometimes with people who like to mod and stuff, but
Yeah, there's always going to be that person, though.
Yeah, there's always going to be that person. But other than that, it's a really fun game. I would highly recommend it if you haven't played it. Again, if you're living under a rock. But yeah, that was number 4. Now, coming in at
what do you think about the new casino update, though?
The casino update. I've gone there a few times. I don't own a penthouse yet, but I have played blackjack. I love blackjack personally. I've played poker. I played the horse races. There was actually like I think they have a wheel. Yeah, they have a wheel that you could spin daily and get prizes.
Yeah, to get either free car or money, ranging from costumes and stuff like that.
Right, you get a car, you get money, RP, clothes, stuff like that. So the casino is somewhere to go if you're looking to spend like an hour or two just messing around. I'm not too familiar with the penthouse. I don't own one, so I wouldn't know. But it's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm not too excited about it, but it's all right. It's a time killer.
I don't know. I've won about like maybe $500,000 in the thing, but then lost over probably $1 million trying to gamble.
Right. Yeah.
It's like real life. You can't stop. You can't put it down.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to number 3.
All right.
All right. Number 3, we have Red Dead Redemption 2, available on PS4, Xbox One, and you get about 135 hours of play. Doesn't matter if you want to hunt, doesn't matter if you want to try and help Dutch achieve his elusive goals, and it definitely doesn't matter if you'd rather just try to own the fanciest, rootin' tootin'est wardrobe in all America. Red Dead Redemption 2, according to GamesRadar, is absolutely packed full of activities to keep you busy as soon as you step foot in its world. On its own, the story tells the tale of Dutch van der Linde's efforts to keep his gang afloat while trying not to succumb to his own ego, all watched by his loyal friend Arthur Morgan. Its tale of a gradually disappearing age of outlaws as civilization comes to the Wild West means there's plenty of people who need your help. Although you could always rob them instead, each different region is so stunning it actually hurts your eyes a little bit as you try to drink in every detail. Rockstar's game will have you hunting for dinosaur bones, trying to solve a murder mystery, or even summoning that infamous Red Dead Redemption 2 vampire. The sheer variety of choice as well as things to do easily makes Red Dead Redemption 2 one of the best open world games to play right now. So what are you waiting for, partner? Alright, have you played Red Dead Redemption 2 or have you seen gameplay of Red Dead Redemption 2?
I've seen a little bit of gameplay for Red Dead Redemption 2. To me it kind of seems like the same like as Red Dead Redemption 1, like the combat style and all that. But I believe in this one you were allowed to get ropes in online.
Yes. Yeah, you were.
Yeah. But as of that, like I've seen a couple of YouTube videos of it. It's actually pretty. It actually looks pretty interesting. But other than that, I really don't know much else about it.
All right. So, have you seen gameplay of the storyline?
I've only seen the commercials for it. That you're no longer playing as John Marston, but you're playing as somebody else in the old gang.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're witnessing its I guess you would say its fall from grace, as they're just trying to hold on to the old values.
Right. So I own the game. I've played it. I love the game. I've played the entire story mode. And yeah, you're no longer playing as John Marston. You are playing as Arthur Morgan. Arthur Morgan is van der Linde's right-hand man, who starts to see van der Linde kind of head into a deep, dark hole that Arthur desperately tries to get him out of, but once he realizes it's too late, you can kind of see how things go because of Red Dead Redemption 1. But I'm not going to spoil the storyline for the single player. It's amazing. I think everyone should check it out. There's I want to say 7 to 10 chapters of the game. I don't remember. It's a lot. The online gameplay, I don't play the online too often. It's not as, in my opinion, it's not as entertaining as GTA 5 because GTA 5 has a lot you can do. It's still pretty fun. You still have the card games, the drinking, riding horses. You can do races, death matches. One thing they recently released the different roles. You have jobs now, like the bounty hunter role, the collector, and the trader. Now, I personally love the trader role because, like I said, in GTA 5, I have multiple businesses that I'm going to, collecting money, selling product, and then using that money to buy more businesses. It's kind of the same thing in Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's it's different because the product isn't building by itself where it is in GTA 5. You just buy the supplies and then it produces by itself and then you go sell it. In this one, you have to buy the supplies, but you also have to hunt animals for animal parts, bring it to the butcher table, and then depending on how many supplies you have, it'll start producing product based off of that. So it's a lot slower. It is more work. But if that's what you're into, then go ahead. But me personally, I think that's the only reason I can't get into it so much is because of all the hunting that I have to do. I'd rather just buy the supplies, go do a bunch of other missions, come back, sell the supplies, and do it that way. But, to each his own, I guess.
Yeah. You want to be the grinding person. You want to be able to get the supplies and then head out.
Right. Like I'm not a big grinder. I'm more of like, what can I play right now and keep me entertained for a little while until they come up with like the next big thing.
Yeah.
All right. So that was number 3. Coming in number 2. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. We got The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Available on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch, and you get about 222 hours of play, according to them.
Damn.
I think it's even more now, because, I don't know, you really can't exactly explore the whole thing. I'm pretty sure someone has, but, I don't know, me, I haven't really having a chance to explore the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, here it is. Skyrim's world doesn't revolve around you. Somewhere in the wilds, there's a necromancer trying to animate a skeleton. At the same time, during the day, you'll find a pack of bandits taking on a giant, rest in peace, or wander into a nearby village only you'll have a dragon attack it when you're stumbling out of the inn. Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is made for stories and is so eager for you to sample its delights that even if you were to avoid every major settlement, you'd still run into about 30% of its quests out in the wild. The map is just filled with stuff to do, bizarre things to see, creatures to impale with sharp implements, NPCs to pocket, creepy Dwemer ruins to explore, and dragons to fight. Even after playing it for a casual 100 hours, those are the rookie numbers, there are still quests that you won't have found, and hidden bosses waiting to be slayed. It is hard to overestimate this impact Skyrim has had on the lives of gamers everywhere, but to get a good idea of its effect, just what Elder Scrolls 6 has to live up to, you're best jumping in and starting your new life in its world. Huh. I can agree with this statement. I played Skyrim 5. I've owned the game. I'm planning on getting it for Xbox One sooner or later. But with the Xbox 360 and all that, I have played it a lot. I probably got maybe 80 hours into it, and I still have a lot more to go. But it is not kidding when it says that you're like just exploring the whole wild. For me, this one really is one of my favorite open world games. One of them. I had many times where I've stumbled upon places that have just took my breath away because I like the view. And it's already gotten a lot better in the Xbox One version because I guess they enhanced the images and all that, and even more so. Mm-hmm. And I've always liked the fact that you can, like the good old quest, take a sword, shield, helmet, get into your armor, and just head out on your own into the wild. Mm-hmm. I fought many dragons in that game. Still wasn't enough to get the armor though. But I also did like the fact that when you explore, you do find secrets, and sometimes those secrets are way too powerful for you. Such as I found a couple of dragon wizards one time, and I didn't exactly last that long. Mm-hmm. I wasn't supposed to be in that area, but no, it's a really good thing. Like it's based on any type of gameplay that you usually do. Like if you're wanting to go out there with the sword and shield, they have that. Once again, it's been out for a while, so everybody knows. But it's not just for people who want to go swinging around swords and stuff. There's arrows, bows and arrows you can use. Not to mention that you can also use magic implements, which I also liked. Mm-hmm. I was more of an arrows guy, so I paid attention more to the bows and arrows because I liked them. Mm-hmm. Oh shoot, what else was I going to say? Oh, the secret societies I found sometimes. You could find some like the Brotherhood,
Mm-hmm.
which I think it was the Brotherhood Shadow. I don't know, but it was basically an assassin's guild that you can join up with, and at the end of it, when you're elected leader, you get a nice special horse that doesn't die called Shadowmere.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
don't know, people. What do you think about it?
um, I do agree with when it says Skyrim's world doesn't revolve around you. I love that fact. I love that you can play the game open worldy, and then everything else is doing its own thing. Like, um, like I remember walking around, and then I have like random assassins show up, and then they're like, "Hey, remember us from like this time ago or whatever?" Like, they just randomly find you. So it's not like, oh, here's a quest, go do this, you're gonna run into this person at this town. It's more like, go do this quest, but something that you done like yesterday or 2 days ago will catch up
Yeah,
to you today. Yeah, they're just randomly walking around the world. So I love that fact. I love that, you could be doing one thing, but something else is happening. Kind of like in the Lord of the Rings, when the Fellowship could be delivering the ring, but behind the scenes you have what was it, Sauron, yeah, he's like building his army and like getting ready for war. So it's like two different things happening at the same time, but it's pretty cool. I love games like that. So I do agree with some of the things that they're saying.
I mean, I've had that happen to me before because I went off and killed the Thalmor embassy. Well, I attacked the one of their headquarters and all that just because I didn't like the way they acted to people sometimes. I just felt in a particularly murderous mood that day, so I just went in there, just started killing everybody. And about like a couple of days later in game time, I got a note saying, well, I picked up a note off a guy who tried to kill me out of nowhere, and it was a bounty on my head from the Thalmor embassy. I'm like, okay, I guess they left a survivor or someone just saw what I did.
Mm-hmm. All right, so coming in at number 1, we've had all those 4 different games. We had Red Dead Redemption at 5. We had Grand Theft Auto 5 coming in at number 4. We had Red Dead Redemption 2 coming in at number 3. We had Skyrim coming in at number 2. But the number 1 best open world game, according to GamesRadar, is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Available on PS4, Xbox One, PC, has about 167 hours of play. Now, Geralt isn't perfect. His surroundings aren't perfect either. War ravages most of the countryside with bloodthirsty creatures who don't even stick to the shadows anymore, preying on innocent civilians, while others try to keep their identity secret in the human-dominated landscape. Yep, that's what makes The Witcher 3 the best open world game to play right now, because everything is broken in its own special way. There's always something plastered on peeling notice boards for Geralt to do. For gold, of course. So stick to the dirt country roads and help villagers with the monsters baying at the door while they look at you and your yellow eyes with suspicion. Negotiate with a well-meaning poltergeist in the middle of a city, or just uncover all those mysteries question marks dotted all over the map. The Witcher 3's imperfect world makes for a perfect game, meaning it set an incredibly high bar for the future of open world games. Now, have you played The Witcher 3, or have you seen gameplay of The Witcher 3?
Not really, and I can't say I'm any familiar with the whole Witcher series at all because I haven't really played them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm a noob at this one.
Okay.
The only time I've ever seen Geralt was in another game that they did a collaboration with, and that was the only time I've ever seen him.
Okay. Well, then I'll take this one. I do agree with the fact that it says war ravages most of the countryside. So the concept behind this game, I don't know if you're familiar with the story, but basically, there's this group of, I'm trying to remember what they were, like They're magic users. I know that. I'm not too familiar with the game. I have played it. I stopped playing it for a while. I'll explain why in a bit. But, yeah, Geralt has a niece, and the niece goes out and like she does her own thing, and then he starts looking for her. So he's investigating as to like what happened to her, but you're in this huge open world, and then as you're walking around, there are monsters in the wild. There's people in the towns that just kind of, are doing their own thing. It's almost like Skyrim where things are just happening, but not to that extent. But again, I stopped playing it a while back because what happened to me was I was doing a mission where I had to have enough gold to pay for a boat trip across to like the next part of the map. I couldn't get there on my own. I couldn't find any job boards or postings that were paying, so I got stuck. I didn't have any money to continue the game, and it sucked.
That stinks.
Yeah, so I was like, well, there's no continuing for me, so I kind of stopped right there. But the combat was pretty cool. You get to use magic. You get to use your silver sword for creatures like werewolves, and there was like swamp creatures and whatnot. There's regular swords for humans, like bandits and whatnot. I don't remember if I fought a dragon before. I don't think so. I do remember I fought like another magic user in like a cave or something, but I think my favorite part of this game was probably the I think it's called Gwent. It's a card game.
Yeah, I heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a card game that you can actually get now on mobile. Like they have a mobile version of the game, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty cool. I never learned how to play it. I just played it and always lost. So maybe that's why I didn't have any money. But yeah, I have a bad gambling problem when it comes to video games. For example, I'll be in the casino for hours. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with the game because I stopped playing it. If I can pick it up again, I have it like somewhere around here. I'll get back on it and then I'll have a better opinion on this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my take on it. So yeah, that was the top 5 best open world games according to GamesRadar. What do you think? Do you agree with this list, or do you think there are some games that are better than the ones that were listed, or maybe this list just needs to be rearranged?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I thought you were asking the viewers. Oh, shoot, my bad. No, but, well, I don't know. I can't really give any critique on either The Witcher 3 or Red Dead Redemption 2, because, in all honesty, I haven't played any of them, so I really can't give a fair judgment about it. So I'll probably leave those there. But, or really quick, back onto the thing of The Witcher 3. Like I've had only one experience with the Witcher series, and that's in another game. It was a Monster Hunter World. It was a collaboration event with Geralt of Rivia, and you could play. You play as Geralt in the game, and you have to hunt down a creature that came from his world, the Lechin, which is, I guess, is a woodland spirit that takes control of nature around him, primarily using roots and everything. And that's a playable mission in there. And you get Geralt's skin and everything. You get his Witcher blade and everything. It's really cool. I've actually used it a couple times. It actually does a lot better than most of the weapons I had.
Oh, that's cool.
But back to the other things of number 5 for Red Dead Redemption. Like, not that I didn't... Okay. It's not that I didn't like sometimes the map of it, but it kind of seems like once you did the whole exploration type deal, everything kind of seems the same, and it's pretty set in motion. Because there's certain areas that have certain things, like there's the bear camp where it's the houses that are messed up. When you go there, you get attacked by like tons of bears.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I want something more there, and because I can easily go from there to Mexico in that game, and I know that like back then there wasn't that much to see and everything, but I feel like they could have done a little bit something else, like maybe a little bit more, like I don't know, like a little bit more dangerous. Besides, like every now and then you find a random animal who would attack you, or you get the random bandit squad who go after you as well.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of felt like there should have been something more because whenever you're traveling in between towns and everything, it's kind of seemed a little bit too quiet and a little bit too peaceful. So for me, that was a little bit of a turn off there because I was like, I appreciate the view as much as the next guy, but it's like, I kind of would like something else there. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I do like some of the games that they mentioned. For example, I do agree with GTA 5 being on that list. I agree with Red Dead Redemption 2 being on that list. Witcher 3 should... I don't know if I agree with it being number 1. Maybe like number 5 or 4. If I had to choose, I'd say number 1 should definitely be Skyrim, in my opinion, because of the fact that you can create your character in a way that, like, it's your choice. Do you want to be a magic user? Do you want to be a melee fighter? A ranged fighter? You build his skills or her skills according to how you want to play the game. You don't have to play it a single way, which I feel like The Witcher doesn't really allow that. You have your swords and you have your magic, but that's it. So I do love the RPG way of playing Skyrim. I love the different factions you can interact with and how they affect each other. I love the fact that the game doesn't wait for you. If you are doing something and something else is going on, it's going to catch up with you eventually. I love the different dragons. I love how I believe you also interact with certain NPCs, and then if you do something right or you do something wrong, like you hurt them, they'll remember you later. And they won't forget you. They get hostile.
And they put out bounty on your head or something like that.
Right. I do love that. I love... You just basically go anywhere. Like, it wasn't kidding when it said there are secrets to be found. There are secret bosses where you could play that game for an entire year, maybe. I'm just exaggerating. But, yeah, like, if you were to play that game for like an hour or two a day, you could easily play it for a few months and still not find everything.
No, you're gonna be there for a long time, just trying to look for everything. While.
And I think that's what I look for in a good game, is a game that you invest in that's gonna give you value over a long period of time. Now, I know GTA 5 does this because it came out a while back and I'm still playing it. But it takes like multiple DLC for it to come out. I don't know if Skyrim comes out with DLC. I know that the original content it came out with is a lot in itself to play, to like make it worth it. But Red Dead Redemption 2, it's up there. I think it was a little overhyped for when it came out. I feel like it could do better, but I think number 1 on this list for games to play right now would have to be Skyrim up on top.
I would agree as well with that one. I can't give bias yet again, like I can't give a biased opinion about The Witcher and all that, but I do feel Skyrim has a little bit more to offer than most games. Due so to the fact it's completely customized to your gameplay.
Right. All right.
Because I love that. I love games when you can do that. It's not set in stone.
Yeah, like you're custom.
It's your world.
it's customizable to your playstyle.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was our list of, well, that was GamesRadar's list of the 5 best open world games to play right now, and our opinion, my opinion, Drake's opinion. But we want to know, what do you guys think? Do you agree with the list that GamesRadar posted on best games to play right now? Do you agree with my pick of number 1? Do you agree with Drake's? Or do you think that there are other games out there that deserve to be on this list that weren't mentioned? Maybe they are on the 25 best list that GamesRadar put up, but maybe they didn't make the top 5.
Number 8.
Yeah, it could be number 8, number 10. But what do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? If so, let us know in the comment section below whether or not you agree or not, and please explain why. And maybe we'll go deeper into, your opinions on it. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions on what you want to see next, go ahead and let us know down below. But until next time, my friends, my name is Rain. This is Drake Nightshade. Say goodbye, Drake.
See you guys.
And we will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.